Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Whew, hope you enjoyed that lovely brutal OSC as we're back. We're back. We have returned with the grand finals of the Amantes de StarCraft number 35. I'm sure a lot of you have been tuning in and have been wondering, what is this event? This event is a monthly tournament here for the Brazilian scene, the Brazilian community. We have a lot of close ties with the Brazilian scene as well. Shout out to Cosmos. Cosmos is the organizer of the event. Cosmos is also the biggest streamer when it comes to the Brazilian StarCraft community as well. He's like the Wardy of Brazil, if that makes sense, or the Loco of Brazil, or what have you. You get me. So yeah, he's been putting in a lot of work into organizing these events. I believe Cosmos is also working towards an offline event as well. He wants to try to, have a celebration this year of StarCraft and try to fly over all the Brazilian players. What I mean by that, Brazil, if you don't know, it's a pretty big country. It's a pretty large country, and it takes quite a bit to travel from one end to the other. So yeah, that is kind of their goal for 2025. I think they have some crowdfunding going on as well. So best of luck to Cosmos, best of luck to the Brazilian scene. And of course, we have close ties with them, not because we used to cast all the Brazilian tournaments back in the day, but also because we have one of their top players as well, Erik. Hey, let's go. The artist himself. Erik, he's our boy, pappy. He's one of my many boys. Do love him, do miss him as well, which is why I appreciate being able to cover him here. Erik, he mainly plays and competes in these regional events. He very rarely branches out to compete in online open cups, which is a bit of a shame, but it's because he does do this part-time, focusing on his studies, focusing on other IRL commitments. But he is here, he is raring to go. He was able to claw his way back up into the grand finals from the lower bracket, and now we get to see him face off against MasTeR in a best of five grand finals. Let's go. I'm here, I'm ready, I'm excited. We're jumping into game one on ley lines. Also, I do apologize for the last couple of series. Again, I was very worn out and very fatigued. I did not sleep well at all today, so I don't know if you noticed, but especially in that last series, like I would like say a couple of words and then you'd hear silence, and that was me literally like doing squats. I would like get up from my chair, I would do some squats just so I can like get that blood flowing and stay alert, stay awake. But now I'm good. Ready to go. We're jumping into our grand finals, and spawning in the bottom left hand corner of ley lines, we have the Brazilian Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Team Hellfire, the best Protoss in all of Latino America. It is MasTeR. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the Brazilian Zerg player, the best Zerg player in all of Brazil, representing the CranKy Ducklings. What does he stand for? He stands for endurance, righteousness, intellect, and kangaroo. The F in his name stands for fear. It is Erik. Let's go. Let us go. Again, it's been far too long since I've regularly casted Erik, and it's great to be back once again, and I'm excited to see if he is once again going to be featuring his double hatch opener here. He has been mixing it in from time to time in his ZvPs. We saw it plenty of times in his series against Shaq T, but does he whip it out against MasTeR? I'm sure he will, but how often in this best of 5? Yet to be determined. For now, it is going to be a hatch pool opener, delayed gas, and I would imagine, following this drone, we are setting up for a second hatchery. Yep, there it is. Double hatch opener. Let's go. Let us go. Again, this is technically a more efficient build. This is greedy play out of Erik. The downside of what he's doing here, no gases, which means late link speed, and also late second queen as well. So early game, early on, he's going to be more vulnerable, but coming into the mid game, he's going to be in a greater position. As we said, Lindsay, big shout out to Vindicta, papi guy, Miguelito. Oh my god, thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream, hope you had a great ladder session, hope you had a great time, and welcome everyone, welcome one and all to the grand finals of Amantes de StarCraft. Welcome to some Brazilian action. I do apologize if you were here looking for some Terran, as there is only a Protoss and a Zerg in the finals. We were featuring Inexorable earlier. Inexorable, he was in the lower bracket finals, but he did just go down to Erik. Did just go down to him. But Here we go, we're settling in. It's going to be a Stargate opener out of MasTeR, so just gate expanded Cybercore into Stargate, standard opener so far out of the Protoss. Meanwhile, again, a greedier build here by Erik. For those that are now tuning in, welcome one all to the CranKy Ducklings. And again, Erik is going for a greedier style. Later gases, skips his queens for a second, and now a third hatchery here. So, I should say even a fourth hatchery, I should say. So very greedy here by Erik. We'll see if he can get away with it. So far, so good. Catch it. Exactly. Good to see you. Bienvenidos. As I've said, now moving out. And again, it's going to be on MasTeR to try to punish the greed of Erik. We'll see if he can. Behind this, Erik is forced to invest into extra lings. There's 6 more lings on the way. Bearing in mind, ling speed has still yet to begin. Just now starting up. And we'll see what MasTeR can get done. As it does poke in. Chipping away the queen. Shading past the army towards that main. But Erik, he's all over this so far. Oh, does keep up with the shade. Forcing back the adepts. And again, Erik doing all this with only 1 queen. Second queen just now popping out. And Erik is stabilizing. Is settling in. Behind this, first oracle's on the way. Spores have begun for Erik. We have a spore in the natural. We have a spore in the main base. Erik has he spawned in the third base? Not yet. But so far, confident that it is going to be a Stargate opener. Now, back at home, MasTeR's third base should be safe and sound, bearing in mind because the gases were delayed, because link speed is delayed, it means that there's nothing to really threaten the third, so the third is safe and sound. Oracles do move out, and we'll see what MasTeR can get done. Behind this, earlier Twilight Council, my apologies, I did miss this, but it's going to be an earlier Twilight Council here out of MasTeR without a Forge. This screams Glaive Adepts. Technically, if we were casting Hero, for example, I would assume this is going to be Faster Blink Stalkers into a Faster Blink aggression, but outside of that, outside of more specialized players, I would assume this is going to be Glaives. Oh, as the Oracle takes a lot of hits, the Oracle takes a lot of damage. 1 drone and only 1 drone as it barely gets away. Whew. Meanwhile, oh, my apologies. Doing his best hero impression, it is Fast Blink. Okay. You have my attention. I do actually really like this against Erik specifically. For those that are curious, what does this entail? First things first, Blink is going to finish up insanely fast, faster than normal. Because of that, if Erik was going for a 2 base all-in or a 2.5 base all-in, going for like a German taxi across the map, or going for like Nidus play or some kind of form of aggression, Blink will finish in time to defend. Blink will finish up in time. Now, here though, if there is no aggression, and there is none, as Erik is just droning and taking more bases, this is turning into a 3 base all-in. That's a massive gateway explosion, and I would imagine MasTeR, he's not going to take his gases at the third base, and he can turn this, oh, as he's taking 1 gas at the third, but he only has 1 gas at the natural, so 4 gas income for MasTeR. This feels like the beginning of an 8-gate 3 base all-in. As so far we're getting up to 6, we'll see if we throw down 2 more gateways, and MasTeR can commit. Like, the downside of this build that MasTER's going for is no Forge. There's no Forges, which means no upgrades, which means as the game progresses that much longer, then he gets outscaled, right? Then Erik takes the advantage as Erik has +1 range on the way. He was going to be up in upgrades, but I believe MasTER is going for an all-in. As we have 6 gates in the main, we have 1 gateway here at the natural, and we should be setting up for a proxy across the map. So for now, we have 7 gateways here for MasTER. And here comes the 8th gateway as a proxy. Remember, there's no Robo, there's no War Prism. We need that proxy gateway to reinforce across the map. It is a 3 base all-in. Let's go. So 3 base all-in out of MasTER. Pure Blink Stalker. Erik back at home. Has he been too greedy? We need some roaches. Lings, they can buy some time. Stasis is going to be going up. Up! Massive connection. Catching out most of the Lings. Lings, they do catch 1 Stalker. Queens are pushing forward. But now the all-in is revealed. And Erik, I think, is just going to be overwhelmed. Bleeding out too many Lings. Queens are exposed. He gets 1, he gets 2. Oh my god, just barely not. Second Queen survives. Lings are trading well. But the Oracles, they shut down the Queen. They shut down the Lings. And Erik, he's in trouble. You can see Erik, he skipped roaches going into Hydra production. We can see the gateways are being thrown down. And Erik, he's being punished here for skipping out on roaches. Lings, they try to engage. Once again, the blinks are solid. Stasis is going up. And MasTER just keeps going in. Keeps pushing. Erik needs more time. Ling Hydra can trade well, but he needs more Hydras. Roach 1 goes down. Needs more time. Stasis going up, catching out the Lings, the Hydras as well. And he's exposed. Yeah, Erik, he's very exposed. The Hydras, they're vulnerable. Lings getting picked up. Hydras as well. MasTeR so close to breaking Erik. So close. And he needs an aggressive blink. Oh, doesn't go for it. Stasis is going to run out. He's deterred from blinking. He gets one. He gets two Hydras. Force back. Hey, Erik, he's slow. He's barely holding on here. The Hydra count is massing up. Erik, he starts his 40, shuts down some of these Stalkers. Erik, he's holding. Whew. He's barely holding on here. And MasTeR, he has to make a choice. Gas. He's taking a gas geyser. This tells us he takes one, takes two, getting up to 6 gases. This tells us he plans on taking. He plans on taking up into either Storm or Colossus. Plans on taking up even further. Actually, I say that he has to. He's actually trying to afford more Stalkers. Never mind. He has an abundance of minerals. Charge on the way. MasTeR, he's not taking. He's still all in. He's still all in. But the longer this goes on, the better it is for Erik. It's getting better and better over time. Hive is on the way. Hydra speed, +2 range. And you can see MasTeR, he's trying to go for the Robo. This should be for either Immortal production or for Colossus. For a Bay. But MasTeR, he's missed his window. He's missed his timing. Throwing down proxy shield battery. Okay. Throwing down proxy shield batteries. I mean, I guess that helps. It's going to be Robo into Templar Archives, into Storm, into Archons. But it should take too long to get there. As the Lurker Den should be the first to complete. Should be. As MasTer's going for a massive Zealot counterattack. That's a lot of Zealots. Okay. Nice auto stepping. The Zealots are back to the base. Erik, he's in position. He's ready for this. Oh, still going to be an awkward defense though. Erik diving in the right. Likewise defending on the left. Shuts down the shield batteries. MasTeR plummets in supply. Storm has begun. Prism on the way as well. But the Lurker Den is completed, and there they come. Here come the first wave of Lurkers. How many? 3. 3 Lurkers so far. And again, as time goes on, this army is just getting better and better for Erik. And MasTeR, because of his initial 3-way soul-in, 0/0 upgrades. But he has a bunch of High Templar, true. He's going to have a lot of Storms. So MasTeR may not care about upgrades here. Storm might just be enough. Especially if there are no Lurkers. As we know, there are some. That is on the way. The Prism! No! Oh my god, Prism goes down! Ay, ay, ay. Not like this. The Prism falls. We get the first Storm. Forcing Erik back. Likewise, nice SimCity here with those Evo chambers. Erik, he holds. Gonna be forced back there by those Storms. Again, there's a lot of Storms available. A lot of Storms. Once again, turning him back. We have the Fleet Beacon on the way for MasTeR. He's taking up into Skytos. At least trying to. He's trying to take up. We go double Stargate on the way, getting into triple Stargate production. MasTeR, he's holding and surviving. Lings, they flood in, they collapse here on top of the High Templar. Ooh, force a Storm. Get a decent Storm on the Hydras, 2 High Templar going down. Oh, he launches in, he gets 1. He gets 2, he gets 3. He gets all 3 High Templar. And Erik, he should be able to just keep pushing from here. Where are the Lunkers? We have Lurkers harassing on the left. No Lurkers on the right, not yet. Lunges in once again, takes down the Immortal. And GG gets called. Erik, he survives. He takes game number 1. Whew, GG. Oh my god, GG well played. Erik, he does survive, he does make it, does take the first game, but that was still a very close and very clutch game number 1. Initially, MasTeR with the 3-base ult, and he almost broke through. He almost broke the defenses of Erik. I was very impressed that Erik was able to survive, able to hold on the way that he did, and buy time to build up his Hydra count, and eventually get into lurkers. Eventually. GG. GG well played. Erik, he will take a lead in the series, and now we're getting into game number 2. Going to be loading into Frostline. Whew. Okay, loading into a much larger map of the map pool. I do not expect MasTeR to go for another 3-base all-in again in the near future. Maybe on some of these smaller maps, but on these larger ones, no shot. I'm sure we'll take a different approach. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Frostline, we have the blue Protoss player representing Team Hellfire. Down in the series, we'll see if we can tie things up and fight back. It is MasTeR. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Protoss player. The red Protoss representing the CranKy Ducklings. It is Erik. Here we go. Ooh, okay. As we are calming things down and settling in, Erik once again pool first. Pool first opener. It feels like pool first into a hatchery, into a second hatchery once again. It is Erik's go-to. He doesn't do it every game, don't get me wrong. Again, it does feel like on some of these smaller maps it is less viable to do this. I'm referring to Whispers of Gold. I'm referring to, I mean, I would have said Ley Lines as well, to be honest. But mainly Whispers of Gold and El Dorado even as well. Would be quite risky. But on these larger maps, more viable. As the chances of Erik being punished for his greed is a little bit lower. As we have 6 lings in production. MasTeR is in position to scout. MasTeR, of course, he did scout the earlier spawning pool, so he knows. And it's on MasTeR to figure out how many lings are on the way. It is not uncommon to go pool first and just make 2 lings. Or make 4 lings. Or up to 6. And here comes that hatchery. So the probe gets forced back, hatchery is on the way, now going for the gases. And again, Erik is being quite greedy here, and we'll see if we can get away with it. Here we go. As lings, they move out. Zealot is going to be forced out. Zealot is being croned as we speak. Second gateway gets thrown down, and the Zealot has arrived just in time to defend. Despite that, Erik, he wants that Zealot. He does want it. Oh my god. And the Zealot, it should barely go down. Very nice control. Erik not losing a single... Oh my god. The shuffling of the units. He didn't lose a single ling there. They all are very low, don't get me wrong, but very nice control. Erik, calm down. We don't have to be that efficient, but okay. Jesus. Does pull away, does pull out. Behind this, Erik again, he's establishing himself, getting his 3rd. Working towards ling speed. There it is, ling speed is on the way. But Erik, he stays in gas. Very important to take note of here. Erik, he stays in gas. He does not pull out. This could be either for fast lair. This could be for fast roaches. This could be for fast Baneliness as well. There are options here. There are options for Erik. Now, in discussing this build with Erik, he did mention that because this is a greedy way to play, and because it gives you a boosted setup coming into the mid game, it is actually quite viable to go for an earlier lair into earlier spire play. And he's quite fond of playing into mutas from here. This could be an option, considering the fact that, again, we're staying in gas. So definitely keep my eye open here, or my eye on Erik. As he's building up that gas count, and we're looking for the lair. On Frostline, my assumption is it's going to be a lair into Spire, but we'll see. First Oracle's moving out, making his way across the map. Erik back at home. Safety Roachhorn, second Gas Geyser. No lair yet. Oracle does threaten a dive. Doesn't commit. Rotates over. The queens are keeping up. Again, it's only 2 queens, by the way. Like, the queen count is very low. And once again, that is going to be a Twilight Council as the Nexus is halfway done. Twilight Council with the Forge. This time, a much standard build here at a MasTeR. Remember, last game, he threw down the Twilight Council as he was expanding, which is why we assumed it was either going to be Fast Blink or Fast Glaive Adepts. Here with the Forge, this should either be +1 in Blink or +1 in Charge. Regardless, a much more standard opener here out of MasTeR. And there's the lair. Lair's on the way. More gas is being taken. Now the question becomes, do we throw down a Spire or do we start Roach Speed and go into Roach play? Either or is available here for Erik. Oracles, they move out. They threaten a dive. There it is, +1 on Blink. Getting to a Gateway Explosion. So stepping. 1 drone so far. Getting four drones, not bad. But for the Oracle though, massive pickoff. Apologies, I said before that I was a little bit tired, so my brain zoned out for a moment there. But yeah, the Oracle goes down, massive pickoff. Erik does have the better trade, and this is what we assumed. 4 gases into the Evo Chamber +1 melee, not range, and we called it Spire play, Muta play from Erik. Let's go. Is going into Mutas. And again, this makes the most sense just because of the size of the map. Just because we're loading into Frostline. If we were in Frostline, Neon Violet Square or Abyssal Reef, I would have assumed Spire play regardless. Just because the map does kind of lean towards that because of its size. As Adepts are being shut down. Adepts do fall. Back at home, Temple Archives, Robo in towards Storm, in towards Archons. Not a bad composition here for MasTeR, but he doesn't know what's going on. He has to scout. As the Spire's hidden behind the main. Lanes Aether in the natural, double Oracle into the main base. Ooh, and with the revelation, he sees the big scout here for MasTeR. He sees, he knows, and he can start Phoenix production. Station trap is denied. Oracle's zoned away. Cannons are being thrown down as we speak. Here we go. Cannons in the mineral line. He knows what's going on. There's the Chrono. Where's the Phoenix? As that is a wasted Chrono boost here on the Stargate. I think he assumes that he already began the Phoenix. And there it is. Oh, he's supply blocked. Phoenix is on the way. So again, very nice scouts. The mutants have arrived though, and was the scout too late? The Phoenix is halfway done. The cannons are somewhat complete. The mutants are making their way towards the natural. There's 2 stalkers to defend. And he breaks through, he gets 1. He gets 2. He gets 3. 3 stalkers for 1 muta. More stalkers are being targeted, the rest of the army just respond. And oh, Erik has to get the hell out of here. Does push deeper into the main. Gets 3 probes so far, but alas, not worth it yet. As that was 2 mutas. 2 mutas going down. Lings, they flood in towards the 3rd. Mutas, they die back in, but alas, there's an army waiting. And so far, MasTeR defends. He defends well, he shuts down the Lings, he shuts down the mutas. The muta count is still quite high, and because of the melee upgrades, we're actually committing to mass muta. Bold move here by Erik. Is committing into mass muta, +1 air attack is finishing up. Oh, engaging with the army, he commits. Does try to commit with the stalkers. Bleeding out a lot of mutas, things they flood into the natural. And this is going to be 6 mutas going down. Archon volley's going up. He gets 1 Archon. There's another. Ooh, brutal connections. Archon does fall. Lings, they flood into the natural. They're getting damage done. Probes are falling. Probes are falling. And Erik, he's barely overwhelming. GG gets called despite the scout. Erik, he snowballs out of control, he breaks through, and Erik takes a 2-0 lead. Whew, GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. Archons they morphed in later on towards the end of the game. The Archons were not quite ready. Likewise, Phoenixes were not quite in position either, and Erik, he just committed to the fight. It was a bold move, but he just dove on the Stalkers, tried to focus them down, tried to end the game then and there. Risky play there out of Erik, but did pay off. Did pay off in the end. GG, well played. Erik takes a 2-0 lead in the series, and the pressure is now on MasTeR. He needs to fight back here and now to force a series out of this. We'll see if he can. As we're loading into another large map, we're going to be loading into Amygdala. Let's go. Let us go. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Amygdala, we have the blue Protoss player from Brazil, down in the series, down heavily in the series, 0-2. We'll see if he can bounce back and make a series out of this for Team Hellfire. It is MasTeR. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Brazilian Zerg player, the red Zerg, representing the CranKy Ducklings, as he is one of our own. It is Erik. Hello. As Erik, instead of setting up the hatchery on the low ground, he's going for a proxy hatch across the map. Let us go. Now, Erik, is he going for a hatch block? Is he going to attempt to wall up and disrupt the wall here at the natural? Where are we headed? Where are we dropping? As the drone is set up outside of the natural base for now. Just waiting for minerals. It is going to be pool first as well. Very committed here by Erik. Pool first into the hatch block. Okay. Now, typically, I would say that, it's a hatch block, and typically the Zerg player expands back at home, and it's going to be a macro build. Because of the early spawning pool, this tells us that Erik actually intends to be aggressive with this. He intends to be aggressive. He intends to move out. It's going to be on MasTeR to keep up. We'll see if he can. So far, MasTeR responds well. He fully walls off. Gateway, Cyber Core, second pylon. Rechecks the main. As Erik attempts to expand. As he goes for the macro hatchery on the left-hand side. Let's go. So Erik's not going all in. He's not going all in. He intends to expand. Boom. That is a cancel. Yep, there's the expansion. Lings are moving out, but this is only to harass. No major commitment here. Now, I would love to know how this follow-up works. My biggest concern, no queens. The first queen just began. And this initial response here out of MasTeR is going to lead into a counterattack. I'm referring to double Zealot, double Adept. There's going to soon be a big counterattack once this gets dealt with. Yes, the natural is heavily delayed for MasTeR. True, the natural is very late, very delayed. But he has a lot of army here, a lot of units to counterattack. So it's going to be a tough hold. It's going to be a tough hold here. You know what, Erik going for the proxy hatch in the main does delay the Zealots at least. But the Adepts, they move out. The Adepts do move out. Hatchery should be cancelled. Should be denied. Stargate follow-up. Adepts, they have arrived. Shading to the bases. Erik, he has not been droning. He has nothing here at the natural. No drones. Erik, he's on 19 workers. Erik, he's still expanding, by the way. He's taking more bases. But he has a lot of droning to do. As they shade into the main. Boys are being pulled. Oh, they get one. They get two even. Almost three. Adept is cleaned up. And on the one hand, MasTeR didn't kill many drones. True, he didn't kill many workers, but that's because not many workers were made. Erik invested so heavily into these lings. Ling speed just now beginning. These Lings are a bit of a waste. Half of these Lings could have been drones. Half of these, they could have just been drones instead. So Erik is in a rough position economically. MasTeR already building up to 2 bases. Would say here that MasTeR is in a better position. And the pressure is going to be on Erik to recover. We go. As the first Oracle has arrived. Shaving off some Lings. Not bad. Value. Catching out some of those Lings. Spore is not ready. Pushing out more buildings. And we have our tech of choice here. MasTeR, interesting. Stargate opener into a Robo. Not into a Twilight Council. Now this could be a couple different things. If this was a standard game, I would assume Robo into Twilight Council, into Forge, into Archon drop. But the game has been a little bit quirky and MasTeR's not the most standard of players. This could be Robo into Immortal Production to a charge based all-in. Now I'm leaning more towards a War Prism into drop play, into Archon drop, but we'll see. Yeah, there it is, War Prism's on the way. Once the Twilight Council finishes, we should be seeing a Templar Archives. This has been a very trendy build as of late, over the past couple of months. It has been around for a long time, but recently has been popularized by Mana, by Showtime, sorry, by Mana, by Max. Assuming that it's going to be the Templar Archives. Lings are coming in for this round, not bad. They do collapse on the Adepts. Adepts are going down, forcing back the Oracle. Final Adept does fall, and there's that Temple Archives again. The Temple Archives is late, is what I will say. It is delayed by a couple of seconds, which will delay the Archons. As the Prism moves out, and ideally, by the time this Prism gets to this point, gets across the map, the Temple Archives is done, and you can just morph in the High Templar. You just morph them in. That's not the case here, as this was delayed. The tech was delayed, I should say. Still just waiting for that Temple Archive, so delayed Archon drop. But it's still on the way. You know what, Erik is still heavily droning, and because of all this droning, what is the army? There is no army. The army is 4 queens. He has 63 drones and 4 queens. 12 roaches are now in production. But these Archons, they can wreak havoc, and they will. And, oh, they force a cancel. Oh, he wants again. He wants it. The force the second cancel. The second cancel in the expansion. Whew, containing Erik onto 3 bases. Not bad. Behind this, MasTeR is on a 3-base economy himself. So better position for the Protoss. Forge on the way for +1. Immortal production has begun. Behind this, we do see Erik trying to work towards Hydras. That's a ways off. It's going to be a ways off here. Erik pushing out early on. Running into the Immortal. Can he snipe it? Oracle is exposed. Sorry, Immortal is exposed. Oracle dives in. 1 Immortal goes down. MasTeR Pickoff, can he get 2? He can. MasTeR Pickoff's getting 2 Immortals. Brutal damage. Archons, they respond. They will clean this up. That's still 5 more probes going down. Rush counterattack was dealt with. Archons were saved. And MasTeR holds. And MasTeR, he's in a better economic position. He's up in probes still. So Erik is rallying in. He's rallying on forward. Running into a wall of Zealots, bleeding out his army. And there's more Zealots on the way as well. Oh my god. And more Zealots on the way. Erik has to get the hell out of here. Does pull back. Whew. And we can take a moment here to take a breath. Now Erik, because of the gold base, he can recover economically. This will make up for otherwise having a low drone count. So Erik, he can sustain himself. On the side of MasTeR, less so. He's warping in more units, getting ready for a push. He's getting ready. Hydra's moving in. Remember, there's no storm. Uh-oh. But the Hydras, they likewise need support as well. Speaking of support, Lings, they move out across the map. They hit the natural, but alas, MasTeR, he is in position. He's ready. Oracle races over as well. And MasTeR, he will shut this down. Going for another warp in. At the same time, Hydras, they do try to strike that fourth base, but again, MasTeR is ready for this. No storm yet. MasTeR, can he hold on? It's gonna be close. Hydras, they kite back. They dive on the Archons. They get the High Templar. Very nice snipe. But alas, GG gets called, and Erik, he will actually break through. And with that, Erik, he did break through the natural as well, and will take the 3-0. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. Whew. Will take the game. But, oh, sorry, just catching up with the chat. Will take the game, and will he take the series here? Sorry, I'm a little bit concerned because I do have a game 4. But if I'm not mistaken, I may have misinterpreted this. I thought it was a best of 5. I thought it was a best of 5. So I'm like, what? Why do I have another game? Best of 7. My apologies. Best of 7 grand finals, not a best of 5. So we actually have another game ahead of us here, and we're going to be loading into Frostline. No, sorry, not Frostline. The other one. King's Cove. King's Cove. It's in Portuguese. It's in Portuguese. So Erik, all over this here. I would have assumed that MasTeR, especially with Storm finishing up, that he would have been able to hold on, but no, he does not hold on. And with that, that leads us into our next game. And he's up against the wall. He's up against the wall here. Things are looking dire for MasTeR. We'll see if he can recover. We'll see if he can bounce back, as he is down heavily in this series. Oh. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of King's Cove, we have the Brazilian Protoss player. The Brazilian Protoss, the blue Protoss. It is MasTeR. For Team Hellfire. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player for the CranKy Ducklings. It is Erik. So I do apologize. I assumed it was a best of 5. Assumed it was a best of 5, but no. We're here in a best of 7. Not a best of 9. I have confirmation on that one. Not a best of 9. And here we go. Erik setting up for the hatchery on the low ground, and again, has been quite successful when it comes to his build so far. When it comes to going for that hatchery, going for that second hatchery here on the low ground as well, I expect to see that here, especially on a larger map like King's Cove. This time there is no proxy. There's no proxy hatch. There's no crazy like disrupted start. It's going to be hatch into pool this time from Erik into a second hatchery. Just catching up with the chat. Recent casts have had less uses of the word "papi." I miss hearing "calm down, papi, calm down." I understand. I understand. I'll try to bring it back a little bit more. I'll try to bring it back. Do apologize. Do apologize. I think I still say "calm down," but I think usually I say like "we're calming things down" or like "calm down," and then I say the player name instead of "papi." True, true. I'll do my best to bring it back. But now though, we are going to be setting up, and once again it is going to be hatch, pool, hatch here from Erik. Just to reiterate, this is a greedy start, which is why I do think that this actually works quite well on these larger maps. We saw it work well on Frostline, here on a King's Cove as well. I can see a lot of success with this. Not gonna lie, like whenever Erik comes up with a new opener and a new build, I'm always so tempted to try it myself. I'm like, mate, I want to do this. Probably because my ZvP win rate is in the gutter, so anything would help, really. But yeah, it's really cool to see Erik coming up with something new, something different. Again, as you mentioned before, as he is actually skirting around the edge with a drone. Hello. Yo, are we going for the linear third? What? No one takes the space. Okay, we're good. He threatens the expansion, but okay, Erik, he's going for the triangular third base instead. Okay, we're good, we're good. But for those that are unaware, this is a build that has been permeating throughout the Zerg community, and a lot of the other pro Zerg players have been discussing this opener and discussing this build and trying it themselves. I'm happy to see it from the originator himself. Oh! As we do get some probes going down across the map. 2 probes, not bad. Adept is going to be shut down, and Erik, he holds. He does hold, losing 1 drone. From here can saturate, link speed is on the way. He does stay in gas. Okay, interesting. So the last time that Erik stayed in gas, we assumed that this was going to be for a safety roach. He pulls out. Never mind. If he had stayed in gas, we assumed it was going to be for a safety roach horn into a lair into muta play, but he pulls out of gas. So suddenly this looks more economic. Suddenly this looks like more mid-game oriented. Suddenly a faster lair into a faster spire is less viable here. Or less likely. Maybe a better way of putting it. Meanwhile, MasTeR back at home going for his third. Just Stargate opener into a third base. Standard play out of MasTeR so far. Again, last game was just a really chaotic game just because of the proxy hatch and because of the disrupted build. Here we go. As the Oracle does zip in between the bases. Oh, getting a drone. 1 drone goes down. 435 lair. He does pull back in. Interesting. Going for extra gases as well. We keep an eye on the tech. Meanwhile, Oracle does hit the third base, getting 3 more drones. Oracle dipping in between the bases. So far, so good. Good damage here from MasTeR. This back in. Remember, the queen count is very limited. And 4 drones are falling. This is why this is considered a greedy build, because the queen count is very low. And so far that's 4 drone kills. 4 drones going down. MasTeR behind this, early Twilight Council. I don't see a Forge. Do we go into Glaives? Do we go into Blink? What's it going to be? Blink. Now, last time we saw this from MasTeR, he went into an 8-gate 3-base all-in, and he was able to wreak havoc, but barely wasn't able to catch Erik. It was on ley lines, if you recall. Oh. Takes a lot of hits, does back off. How many gateways are we on? 2, soon to be 5. So a 5-gate setup back at home. Did I say 5? 6. 6 gateways here from MasTeR. Do we throw down a 7th gateway? I feel like we will. It's a lot of gateways. Up. Double 4. Oh, that I was not okay. Never mind. 6-gate setup into double forge, into double upgrades. This is going to be very gateway centric, very gateway heavy when it comes to the army composition, going into Mass Stalker, into Mass Zealot, I would imagine. The Depths 8 shade in. Drone's going to be going down. Gets 1, gets 2. Ooh, the drones, they come back a little bit too soon. The oracles are coming from behind. 5 drone kills, very nice damage. Adepts get thrown away, but they don't scale well into a longer game. And Erik is going for the Spire. Is going into mutas. If you recall, I assumed I had ruled this out just because he had pulled out earlier, but no, he pulled back in. 430 lair, into muta play. And will this go unscouted? That's the big question here. There are still oracles that are active. There's still chances for MasTeR to scout. Are still chances. Are still opportunities. Oh! Gets a drone. Does zip into the main. Going to be zoned away. Ooh, the revelation. Once again. Quickly checking the vision here. And once again, yes, he does scout the Spire. Big revelation here in the main. Behind this, second Stargate and Phoenix production. If you remember, last time we were in this kind of scenario here, MasTeR, he had a bit of a lighter response. He threw down cannons, but he only started 1 Phoenix. And he had 1 Phoenix because he got supply blocked as well. This time, he commits and he reacts a lot harder. Does go for a stronger reaction here. Erik getting ready for link run-bys. Muta's going to be amassing. Spire is now done. and +1 air attack, +1 melee as well. This tells us, just like the previous time we saw this, most likely Erik intends to go massling Muta, and he's not going to stop Muta production either. He's not going to stop. As he has 6 mutas so far, and there it is, he's getting another 7. 13 mutas. 13 mutas. Breaks down the front door. Yeah, he does break through. Lings, they flood into the natural. But here come the Stalkers. The Stalkers are coming from behind. They trade with the ground army. Mutas, they back up, but Lings, they flood into the bases. Lings into the main. Lings towards the natural. One man on the right hand side, but so far MasTeR is holding. The cannons, they're putting in a lot of work. The cannons, they will deal with this. They buy a lot of time as well. And MasTeR shuts this down. He loses, what, 1 probe? 1 probe if that goes down. Oh, we have the answer. Yeah, 1 probe, 1 adept, and 3 stalkers for 42 lings. Mutas and roaches. A very nice defense here by MasTeR. Back at home, Erik, he is still droning. He's getting up to 4 base saturation, and he's still going mass Muta. Erik is hyper committed here. Going into mass Muta. Making his way towards the natural. Gets a probe. Phoenixes, they've been amassing. So far, how many? 6 Phoenixes. So far, they're trading well. They get 1, they get 2. Meanwhile, the tech is going to be depowered. Denies charge. And +1. Sorry, +2 armor. So upgrades are delayed. Now being rebuilt. Erik still trying to be active. Lings pull away. And ideally, Erik, he wants to overwhelm those stalkers, but there's just so many Phoenixes. Oh, let's get on top of them. Gets 1. 1 Phoenix goes down. Lings, they flood into the base. Second Phoenix falls. That's still, what, 2 Phoenixes for 4 mutas. And not a bad trade for MasTeR. Corruptor production has begun. This tells us that Erik intends on continuing mass Muta. Corruptors, their goal is to tank the Phoenixes. And it's going to be quite committed here from Erik. Oh, Fleet Beacon on the way for MasTeR. Looking to get into Phoenix range, potentially Sky Toss as well. MasTeR looking very secure. Again, his economy has been for the most part untouched. 86 workers here for MasTeR. Oh. Phoenixes, they get caught out. Who catches who? Mutas, they do hit the mineral line. Corruptors under fire. Mutas, they're getting a lot done. There's 7 probe kills. 7 workers go down. Phoenixes, they're late to respond, late to react. So many of them go down. At the same time, Lings, they hit the 3rd base, and so far we're pulling MasTeR apart. MasTeR, he can't keep up. At the same time, though, he just commits. He just goes for a massive counterattack, going for a base trade. Erik knocks down the 4th. MasTeR pushing into the 3rd. He's got Storm, he's got Archons. And MasTeR, he doesn't want to waste those Storms. He'll spend 1 here on the drones. He's got 3 Storms left. And ideally, you want to save them here for the mutas. As the Ling Roach does nothing. Mutas, they race back home. And if Erik stacks, he's going to lose everything. He will lose everything. Has to be so careful. Things they turn this around. Mutas getting caught. And here comes the engage. Ooh, Storms, they're gonna pop off. 1, 2 Storms, no more Storms left. Lings, they flood in, but here come the reinforcements as well as the rest of the Stalkers, and MasTeR, he will overwhelm. He breaks through the defensive line. The army just too fragile. Did not do any economic damage across the map initially, and GG gets called. MasTeR, he will break through and he will put a point on the board. Whew. GG. GG, well played, MasTeR. He will fight back. Again, this time MasTeR was able to scout the Spire ahead of time with the Revelation and reacted very well to it. Reacted very well with the second Stargate with the Phoenixes. We saw that despite opening our Muta in such a way, we didn't, or Erik didn't get any economic damage until the very end, until he committed into killing the base. But up until then, he barely got any probe kills. He got 7 probes when he committed into the natural, but that was also far later. By then, there was already 86 workers. There was also full saturation. MasTeR taking full advantage of that economy. GG, well played. Whew. MasTeR having a much better response to those mutas, and this is going to lead us here into our next game, into game number 5. And we'll see if MasTeR can keep this going, or if Erik will close it out. As we're loading into one of the larger maps in the map, we're going to be loading into Abyssal Reef. Here we go. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Abyssal Reef, we have the Brazilian Protoss player, the Blue Protoss. Representing Team Hellfire, it is MasTeR. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Red Zerg player. We have the Brazilian Zerg going for a 14 pool. It is Erik. Okay, yeah, my attention. Is going for a 14 pool and a proxy hatchery. Very aggressive build here by Erik. Is moving out. And as we were settling into this, I was about to say that, oh, like, now we're into Abyssal Reef, we're into a larger map. I would not be opposed to seeing, once again, the same build that we just saw, but this time not going into Muta. But no, Erik, he has other things in store for us. As the drone does skirt around the edge and is going for a proxy hatch, a hatch block into the natural. But with the earlier spawning pool this time, Erik, he has the potential to Link Flood. Can Link Flood with this. So the pool is now done. There it is, 6 Links so far on the way. Now we saw something very similar last game where we also had 6 Lings, and then Erik just droned. We'll see if Erik makes more than just 6 Lings. Drone is here. There it is! 2 more. He's Link Flooding. He is Link Flooding. We have 8 Lings on the way. Very committed. Proxy hatching into the main. MasTeR, he does see the hatchery. He's aware. But can he stop it? As we have the initial 6 moving out. Getting up to 10 Lings. 10 Lings are pushing. Still no droning for Erik. At this point, it might just be too late to drone. Oh, no, never mind. He does drone. So 10 Lings, then he makes a worker. He's still moving out across the map. This is still very committed here by Erik. Very committed. I don't know if I'm too fond of the idea of droning from here, but Erik, yeah, he's droning up. Natural's under fire. Proxy hatch may finish. And the gateways are taking a lot of hits so far. Taking a lot of damage. The Adept is on the way, but the base is almost... Sorry, the gateway is almost gone down. And Erik, he can commit. He will get it. The gateway will fall. Shield battery completes. Erik has to back up. Behind this, the hatchery will finish. MasTeR did not pull the boys. Yeah, the hatchery getting low. Queen is on the way. He has extra lava to work with. And Erik, he's just droning. He's just droning up. Droning up behind this, he is not making any more Lings. It was an aggressive start into an economic follow-up. Okay. We go. And the hatchery is going to fall. The queen may pop out in time, and the goal here would be to spread creep. Can he spread creep? Boys are being pulled. Just help support. Lings are trying to trade it. They're taking a lot of hits, and the queen is going to go down. No creep tumor. Does inject though. Probes, they defend themselves. This is a pretty big investment here by Erik. Hasn't really been worth it. Lings, they get 1 probe. 1 probe goes down. And the hatchery is going to fall. And I'm not too sure this will kind of worth it here for Erik. Got into the mineral line, losing the broodlings, losing the lings, and back at home we're droning up. Whew, okay, let's go. It was a very, very chaotic early game here. The hatchery goes down, lings are going to be cleaned up here. Erik, he's just droning on up from here, getting into a longer game state. Erik does now pull into gas. It is late gases once again from Erik, so late ling speed, and this should lead into lair as well. We'll see if Erik skips ling speed, also an option. As he's setting up in the low ground, staying on a low queen count. Again, very few queens. And when I say low queen count, one. Literally one queen. That's crazy. Oh, nice auto stepping. Cashes out one adept and the other as well. Mass around. Nice pick up here from Erik. Doesn't lose any drones. Defends beautifully. And behind this, we have the Nexus into Twilight Council, into most likely Forge. Ooh, never mind. Interesting. Delayed Forge here from MasTeR. And I'll be honest, we haven't really seen MasTeR go third Nexus into Twilight Council into Glaive Adepts. We've seen Blink. We've seen like Blink and 3 base Blink all-ins. That has happened. Glaives is an option here for MasTeR, but we just haven't really seen that from him yet so far in this series. We'll see. We'll see if he commits. Oracle dives into natural. Spore is ready. One drone goes down, and show us that upgrade of choice. There's the chrono. There's the never mind. Waiting for that first. The upgrade as a chrono is gonna run out. So there we go. MasTeR had the money for it, is the unfortunate thing. He had the money for it, and it is going to be Glaive Adepts. Okay, so for the first time this series, going to be third Nexus into Glaives. Let's go. Now, if Erik skips his Roach Warren, then Erik is going to be in some trouble here. There is a lot of potential for MasTeR. This is very committed. This is not an all-in, bear that in mind. Not an all-in, but aggressive nonetheless. Aggressive and committed. Does need to get damage done. Oracle perks in. Be zoned away. Ooh, the Oracle is gonna go down. A brutal pickoff. Down to 1 Oracle left. 1 Oracle remaining here for MasTeR. Hunts down the Overlord. As MasTeR, he's just amassing more adepts. There are some safety roaches on the way, thankfully, as Erik is taking up into the Hydrogen as well, getting into 3 base saturation. And here come the Adepts. Yeah, massive push here from MasTeR. Now remember, MasTeR, he is delaying Blink and delaying his Forge and delaying his upgrades. He's delaying everything in favor of these Glaive Adepts. They have to trade well. They don't have to kill his opponent. They don't have to kill Erik, but they have to get damage done, specifically economic damage. They shade past the roaches towards the natural. There are some roaches to keep up. Oh, not bad. Not bad positioning here from Erik. Does body block. Lings, they flood in to buy more time. Adepts take it into the middle. They get 1, they get 2, they get 3. Only 3. Only 3 drones going down so far. Adepts, they shade into main base. More drones are going to be falling. 6 drone kills. Much better. 6 drones going down. It's okay. Ideally, we did want more damage, but not bad. Behind this, MasTeR getting to Blink. The upgrades are still delayed, though. Ideally, yeah, MasTeR, he wanted more damage. And Erik, he's pushing for a counterattack. Is moving out. MasTeR back at home. No Immortal production, which is surprising to me. Oh, hello. It's a shock. But yeah, no Immortals. Despite knowing how many roaches there are. I mean, he gets a revelation. He knows. Prism is on the way first. Blink as well. Mass Stalker. Stasis traps. Shield batteries. Cannons as well. Erik, he's not all in. He's droning. He pokes in, confirms there is no fourth, backs off, and just drones. Erik is just droning up, taking into Hive Tech. Infestation is finishing up. That's going to be for Hive. That's going to be for Lurkers. Going to be for Vipers as well. Erik building up towards Hydra Lurker Viper. But Erik, he is typically adverse to droning too much, so he's at just under 4 base saturation. He's at 78. Still getting there. So Hydras are amassing. There it is. There's the Hive. There's the Lurker Den. Oh no! Oh, leaves it either. The Prism goes down. Massive pick off. Bit of miscontrol there by MasTeR. Doesn't pull away in time. Does not pull back. And Erik, he's going to be the first to max. He's going to be the first to max out. Without Lurkers. Meanwhile, MasTeR, he is getting into Storm. He's also very defendable here on 4 bases. We have a Shield Battery Stasis Traps here set up at the natural. Likewise, we should be doing the same thing here at the 4th. Erik, he wants to get rid of these roaches. Diving in. Storm is just about to finish. Oh, he gets one, he gets 2. He gets both High Templar, no Storm. Nice trades from Erik. Now going for the expansion as well. Shield Battery focusing on the army. The base falls. Massive pickoff. And MasTeR is being torn apart. Just trying to keep up. But alas, barely wasn't ready in time. Barely. Needed a couple more seconds for Storm. And here come the Lurker upgrades. Here come Lurker upgrades and soon to be Lurkers themselves. We all MasTeR going for the Fleet Beacon, working towards Sky Toss. We're kind of entering the first mid to late game here in the series. There's been a lot of games, but the games have been ending quite quickly here. But can we get to that Sky Toss? Can we get to late game composition? As Erik, he is the first to max and the first to push with Hydra Lurker. Oh boy. Erik is moving out. Nice snipe. Gets one. Gets one Lurker so far. Rush run by the right hand side. Lurker's popping up. Oh my god, massive. Oh my god, the shots, the Lurker shots. Massive wave of High Templar go down. All the High Templar go down. Oh my god, that was how many? That was 4. That was 4 High Templar falling. Yeah, just a rough engagement there from MasTeR. And without Storm, the army can push in. Lurkers are getting within range. At the same time, Roach is pushing in on the right-hand side. And Erik, he might have just done it here. He's breaking through the defensive line here of MasTeR. GG gets called, and Erik, he will take the series 4-1, becoming this month's Amantes de StarCraft 2 champion. GG. Whew. GG, well played, Erik. He will claim the series here, will claim the win, flexing and showcasing his new build, his new opener. If you notice, multiple times in this series, what did we see? We saw either hatch pool or pool hatch into a second hatchery on the low ground off of only 1 queen, so a very low queen count for Erik, able to afford more bases, more hatcheries, and this does actually snowball into a greater setup and a greater production in the mid game. It is technically more efficient. It is better than a standard opener when working towards a longer game state. The downside, of course, is that you do lack queens early on, which means you have that much less to defend. With less queens, you're more vulnerable to early game aggression, but we didn't really see much early game aggression from MasTeR or Shaq in this series. Instead, Erik, he was the one kind of being in the face of their opponents with those lings, with those early lings. That's how Erik has been kind of approaching it. And I did message Erik earlier, and he did tell me that that he has been refining this. He has been refining this, and currently his build is a little bit more efficient than previously, as these matches, or Amantes is a replay cast from some time ago, from a week ago. So Erik, he's been cooking. He's been cooking. Let's go. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of Erik in the coming days and in the coming weeks. And we should be featuring some more Erik tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow is a Code for Giants Cup. We're going to be covering another Brazilian tournament featuring the best players in Brazil. Once again. Once again. GG. Again, just really cool to see that Erik has been experimenting and has found a new play style here for ZvP. And again, a lot of other Zurich players have been following suit. So really cool to see. Interesting opens. Yeah. Oh, always. But it's Erik. It's always interesting. Always a lot of fun. Always. So with that, congratulations here to Erik, and my condolences to MasTeR. I mean, MasTeR did an amazing job at making it here to the grand finals, of course. Likewise, Erik did struggle earlier in the tournament when he was up against Inexorable. As Inexorable, he's a beast in his own right. But GG, well played. With that, that is going to take us here into the end of the broadcast. Here we go. Just take us into the end of the broadcast as we are wrapping up for the time being. I am very tired. I'm going to go and get some sleep. I'm going to go and get some rest. I'm very worn out. I did not sleep well at all this morning after the podcast, so I got some recovering to do. But we're going to be back later on tonight at 6 p.m. KST. That's going to be 8 p.m. AEST with the Kung Fu Cup Warcraft 3 Evolution Edition. So for those that are curious, this is a unique mod tournament where it is Warcraft 3 versus SE2. It is similar to StarCraft Evolution. It's Warcraft 3 Evolution instead. So similar concept. And I have no idea what to expect. I've never casted this mod before, so yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what gets brought to the table and how these races interact with each other, how these game modes interact with each other as well. Very excited to find out. And Yaku was going to cast with me tonight, but if you recall, during the podcast last night, Yaku was very unwell. He was very under the weather, and if he hasn't recovered by tonight, then he will most likely be spending the day in bed. We'll be taking the day off, and he'll be joining me next week for the next Kung Fu Cup Warcraft 3 edition. So next time. Otherwise, if you want some more Erik, if you want some more Brazilian StarCraft, we're going to be live tomorrow morning with the Code for Giants Cup. Code for Giants Cup is going to be in less than 24 hours. That is going to be some more Brazilian StarCraft. We also have MSO, Mass One Open, tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening, and we have a StarCraft Evolution tomorrow night at 11 p.m. KST, which is really 1 a.m. the next day for us. We also have Sparkling Tuna Cup on Sunday, so plenty of content, plenty of tournaments throughout the week, 2 casts a day every single day. And likewise, if you want to help support us, you can do so via Patreon. Our Patreon is set up to fund our tournaments and to support the StarCraft scene and the StarCraft community. So you can help support us on Patreon. Otherwise, you can of course just follow us and subscribe on YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. We're on TikTok as well. We're all over the place. All things CranKy Ducklings. I got you. As we actually stream on multiple platforms. We stream on YouTube, we stream on Twitch, Kick, Facebook, and TikTok. So we're on all things CranKy Ducklings, doing our best to bring you content as much as we can. All the content, baby, all the StarCraft. So yeah, you can follow us if you wish. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for support. We do appreciate it. I am worn the hell out. Have some lovely sleep. See you all soon. Yes. Again, the next cast is in how many hours? Not even that long, actually. 4 hours. It's in 4 hours time. I'm going to try to get at least 3 hours sleep, and hopefully that's enough. And then we'll be back for some Warcraft 3. So, yeah, there you go. Thanks for watching. Everyone. Thanks for support. Of course, Babylings in the chat. Gotta be there for Erik. Gotta be there. And yeah, I'll be honest, I'm very tempted to try out Erik's opener. Very tempted. I look forward to it. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for support. Stick around. We're gonna be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. Who is live at the moment? Who is live? Who can we send everyone over to? Let's quickly check out Twitch. Let's see who's live. I know Practice X is live. Sal is asleep. I haven't raided Practice X in a long time, actually. Who else? Who else is live at the moment? Hapsaya's live. Trisha's live. We'll find someone. Send everyone over to. So yeah, stick around, give them some love, give them some support. Otherwise, we'll see you guys in 4 hours time or tomorrow, whichever event you happen to tune into, for some more StarCraft action. See you then. See you soon. Ciao, papi, ciao. See you soon.